what more should I say? This is the end of season 3 for The Wire. Episode, is it 12? Yeah, it'll be in the description. This one wasn't that satisfying as the last 2 seasons. I mean, this one kind of was like, it kind of seemed like business as usual at this point. I wouldn't necessarily say that the writing is sloppy or that no, I'm trying to figure out how to word this, but I wouldn't say the writing's sloppy at this point. I mean, last season, like pretty much the second half of the season, I think, because it was a certain number of episodes, and I feel like the first couple of episodes were and then the second half it ramped up. But now in this season here, season 3, it seemed like it didn't kick up till the last 2 episodes, and it gave me a lot of pleasure to see what happened in the last episode. But this episode really wasn't that rewarding for me. I mean, let me try and give an overview of the episode. So I mean, you've got the police. They're separated into 2 categories. You got the Major's situation or his entanglement, and then you've got McNulty and crew. Even though McNulty is not even really the leading officer, so to speak, I guess you could consider him the spokesman for the police side. But it's not that much there, I don't think. And then you have the hustler side of the thing. Now, in the end of the last episode, Stringer's out of there. He's been eliminated. So it's just Avon. And I could talk about that one first. So Avon seems like that character is sitting there stewing in his own decisions. Really, is he trying to, I think like he's trying to say, she's thinking, did I make a bad decision or did I make the right decision? And I think that's going to be with him for his entire prison sentence. Yes, he winds up getting caught and reincarcerated. So there's that. And the young guy he was going up against was able to weather the storm. And now, what they say on the streets, or at least in that part of the country, the pack is back out there again and running wild. It is what it is. Now, they didn't necessarily plant seeds for the next season, but and this is a reach. I'm hoping to see the Cuddy character come back. I'm hoping to see that the Marlo, the young cat. I'm hoping to see him. Who else? I'm interested to see what happens to Lieutenant, because now they promoted him to a major. I'm interested to see him and his love affair. Oh, Kima, always. I'm always looking forward to seeing that character. Let me see here. Well, those are the main characters I'm interested to see how they continue to grow or change throughout this series, because it's not over. I think I have 2 more seasons, if I'm not mistaken, or is it 3 more seasons? I'm not sure. I'll have to double check, but I know there's more seasons for me to watch. I mean, there's more seasons for me to watch in the series for it to complete it in entirety. But those are characters I'm interested to see. Now, try to continue on with the rest of this episode. I talked about Avon. Oh, really interesting. When he's sitting in court, his sister comes there, but only for a brief moment. And he's also, when she departs, his enemy reappears. And it's like, oh, really? Because that's his enemy, man. He reappears, and I'm going to show up and show out. I'm going to show up and show my face to see you get incarcerated. And when you come back out, we can do this thing all over again, which is pretty interesting. And think about his situation. I feel like the Avon character has so much money, he doesn't even have to. At certain points, like, I don't have to do this anymore. But, that's up to that character. I kind of hope they stay away from that character next season, because it's kind of getting old now. I mean, 3 seasons, it's just not that interesting. I'm ready to see you guys, or this series, spread its leg and show its talent. How about that? Let's see, what else? Let's talk about the two different sides of the police. So I'll talk about the major character. Now, this is the way, I guess it's just the bureaucracy, if I'm using the word correctly, of the police department or anything that has similar structure. Somebody has to take the blame for this, even though in this situation you would have to take the good with the bad with the good. I mean, the bad is that you've centralized. Well, I guess that's the good. The good is you centralized almost all the crime in that city in a couple of places. The bad is the crime still exists. But I think from looking at it from a reality standpoint, I think that would be so effective for policing and the health of a community, because you know where everything's at. And if you're in the grips of a vice, if you're in the grips of a vice, because that seems like the majority of people who were down there were people who were affected by their unwillingness or this unbreaking desire to use whatever drug is available down there, and the people who sell it to them or provide it to them. Now, I think if something like that really happened, I think it would. I don't know. I don't know what I would think. I actually think I want to be delicate with this, but I feel like it would work or it could work. But the possibility of it actually happening, I don't think so. It's like you just legalize it because everybody's allowed. I think everybody's allowed to make their own decisions. Like you know the consequences if you continue to use this, but you're in the grips of it. So it's hard for you to break away from it. It's addiction. I mean, I'm not an expert on addiction by any means, but it seems to make a lot of sense to me that a place like that should or would exist, or that drugs in general should be legalized. But you know, that's just my opinion. Maybe it's a reach. Won't get too personal about it, but move on. But basically, the major's having to take the blame for it. And he was going about the situation feeling that he had some type of immunity or some type of safety net. And they wind up firing him at a lower rank, which meaning he won't be able to receive his full pension, which is just dirty, beyond dirty. I mean, he's basically not even eligible to work anymore because he's forced retirement, but they retired him at a lower pay grade. So now he might not even be able to live off that because he's been living off a higher pay grade for God knows how long. But anyway, I guess that's just the breaks. The other side, you got McNutty. He decides he was basically kicked out of that unit because of going behind the lieutenant's back when that lieutenant actually got promoted to a major. And he's actually... he got promoted, but I don't think he's officially taken that position of the other major that just got fired. So McNulty will be going to that same place. So he would run into him again anyway. That's going to be interesting to see. That's another thing. That's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But they didn't really show where everybody else landed. I guess in the fashion of the series, you'll see where everybody else landed in the first couple episodes of the next season, which it'll be interesting. I have to admit. I mean, now that I think about it, it's growing back on me, you know. Well, not growing on me. Now that I think about it, I'm still interested in the series, but like I said before, I'm interested to see them be more creative, if that makes sense. What else did I mention? Did I mention the Hustlers? Talked about Avon, talked about Marlo, that character. Cuddy, that character. I'm still calling that character Cuddy, even though he's changed to his government name now. He's getting some more momentum behind his boxing club at this point. And like I said, I'm so excited to see a character coming from that background and providing necessity, providing, I I'm trying to get the words out. Give me a second. Providing life skills to these young boys. I'm interested in seeing where that goes. Like I said, I don't think I've ever seen a character portrayed like that. At least coming from an impoverished area. Like, I've never seen a character like that. I'm really enjoying that character. That's, like I said, that's my favorite character so far in this whole series. Muzone and Omar split ways, I guess, on decent terms, but that is what it is. I guess Omar's going to make an appearance again somewhere down the line, but who knows? Maybe Muzone will come back again. I don't know. What else? What else am I missing in there? Oh, the congressman finally makes his move. Is he congressman? I never really figured out what position he held, but that particular character decides to make a move for the position of mayor, and he does it with this brilliant speech at the end of close to the end of the episode. So I could care less about that character. He hasn't really caught my attention. He's just been there as probably white noise or a sub story in order to cleanse the palate, I guess, of the other stories that are ongoing. But hey, I shouldn't be shitting on him so much. Maybe he's gonna provide something long down. Maybe he's gonna provide some type of relief, or well, he's doing that right now. Maybe he's gonna provide some type of entertainment in the next season. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. What else happened? If I missed something, you can always leave a comment if I missed something, but I'm doing this mostly to work on my personal speech, but it's an interesting show nonetheless. If you like me working on my speech and talking about these shows, and I've got Breaking Bad, I've got Mandalorian, which I don't like, I've got several movies up, I've got this, The Wire, got Futurama, I'm doing several shows right now. Oh, and I've also just started doing The American and The Godfather of Harlem. Go check those videos out and subscribe.